foreign education. And the first reason, the first reason is to go and learn new skills and expertise. As we all know that foreign institutions are usually high ranked, and the contents have a lot of skills in terms of learning resources, facilities like laboratories that are grossly lacking in our local universities or in comparison with developing countries' universities. So for researchers working either in the universities or in research institutes, the most important reason is to go and learn new skills or expertise so that they will come back home and address pressing national needs in their home country. And another reason is what we call the push or pull determinants. By push factors, these are factors that operate within the home country that drives one to go and seek for foreign education. And part of it, for example, when we take Nigeria as a case study, we look at disruption of academic calendar by incessant industrial action by university unions. It's very, very common we hear about ASU, SANU, and OSU going on strike. So these are usually important factors that cause a delay in one fulfilling his academic ambition of getting a quality education back home. So people are now pushed to go for foreign universities where they know that the calendar is very predictable and is very stable, so they can go and get their degree there. Then the other reason is variety of courses in these foreign universities in comparison with those available at developing countries' universities or local universities. For instance, somebody that wants to study aeronautic engineering or sport medicine or podiatry, constantly look at all the institutions back home or in Nigeria, you realize that these courses are not offered at either undergraduate or postgraduate level. One is compelled to go and seek admission in any foreign universities of his choice because they have highly skilled manpower that, and these courses are available and they can be taught. Then the other reason is better qualification. Of course, we know that foreign universities have high quality teaching and research. They have quality research that impacts in today's world lives, and they are usually very good. So they are very, very attractive. People that want to have better qualifications, they go there and study. And the last reason, which I said is not exhaustive, is increased employability, because these universities are high ranked. So graduates from these universities, they get hired in firms or organizations that are top. So if one wants to fulfill his ambition to work in a particular firm or organization, usually seek for foreign education. Of course, one of the main features of foreign institution is diversity of the university in terms of nationalities. Nationalities of different countries are usually attracted to foreign institutions, and thereby making them to be a melting point of exchange of ideas or cross-fertilization of ideas. And in this respect, you have graduates from these universities or students studying in this university, they have enhanced social and interpersonal skills because they are interacting with people from different nationalities, and they tend to learn a lot of cultures or a lot of social skills from different people. And a cursory look at distribution of total enrollment of international students around the UK shows that China has the highest number of students followed by India and United States. And it might interest you to know that Nigeria is ranked among the first 10 countries that have students studying in the United Kingdom. We were number 8 with 12,810 students. And this is very, very important when you can look at other African countries that, especially in the North, we usually send our brothers or sisters to go and study, for example, Ghana, South Africa, Uganda, and even Benin Republic is not featuring among these universities. Perhaps that may be related with the number, with our population and size. But if total number of students or total number of graduates from foreign universities is something to go by, then it is Nigeria should be also important educational hub for most African countries to come and study rather than the other way around. Then in terms of new students also studying in the UK, Nigeria is ranked among 4. It's only next after China, India, United States, and United States as a 2019-2020 session. Despite the dwindling revenue and economic recession around that period, you still have over 7,440 Nigerians studying in the United Kingdom as freshers. This tells you that, of course, during that period under review, there were maybe cuts in the slot of scholarships being awarded by either government or organizations in Nigeria. They goes to tell you that other avenues have been explored by Nigerians to make sure they seek for foreign education. Then the $1 million question, because we are talking about Arewa Youth initiatives. When we look at Nigeria as a whole, we can say all Nigerians, we have over 12,000 people, Nigerians studying in the United Kingdom. But what are the proportions of young Arewa or Northerners studying in this institution? A look at, for example, out of 135 students that have identified themselves as Nigerians in the University of Southampton, only about 4.8% of them are from the North, while 95.2% of them are from the South. And the situation is similar when you look at also University of Bradford. Out of about 230-something people, students, Nigerian students, only 4% of them are from the North, while 96% of them are from the South. It means that the North is underrepresented in terms of education. And even though we have just sampled only 2 universities, but the situation is similar when you look at it from other universities. And this has a very huge implication in terms of every facet of life. For instance, basically, we know that most of these graduates, they are the same proportion of people that get employed or get to stay after graduation in the UK, and they contribute significantly in terms of diaspora inflow into the country. As at it has been published by Punch newspaper that diaspora remittance amount to about 65.3 billion in 3 years. And that is a very huge amount. As at 200 in 2017, we have 1.2 million Nigerians living in diaspora, and they contribute 22 billion US dollars. So if we don't have, if you make an extrapolation that you have just about 4% of them, even though this number, I want to believe that is similar in most countries in terms of Northerners living in these countries, it goes to show you that the chunk of this diaspora remittance is not coming into the North as a region, but rather is going to other states or regions of the South. And that explains the poverty gap you see between the North and the South. And equally, I know that of recent there was this statistic by Nigerian Bureau for Statistics that most of the states, if the federal government is to stop federal allocation, majority of the states in the north cannot sustain themselves. Partly, maybe because the reason why, apart from oil that the states in the south do enjoy, out of the revenue they get is diaspora remittances. And it is partly as a result of the number of Southerners living in the West and also doing skilled labor and contributing hugely to the Nigerian revenue. If you then ask yourself, as I said, the million-dollar question is, of these remittances, what is the chunk of the slice that goes to the north? The answer is, your guess is as good as mine. It's just a paltry about 4% or no. So there is need for us to seek for these foreign opportunities, which at the end of the day, maybe it will make the people in the north to get highly skilled jobs that can improve their livelihood. Of course, seeking for foreign education is not without its problems or challenges. And there are a lot of barriers for seeking for foreign education. And one of these, and by far the most important of it, is the lack of funding, because most foreign institutions, they are very, very expensive. For instance, in the UK, the cheapest master's I know is about £12,000, which is about 9 million naira. That is just the tuition fee. To put it differently, this is just the school fees, not to talk about living expenses, rents, and what have you. So it's very expensive. And this is a very important factor that militates against our people in the north to come and seek for foreign education. I know that the subsequent speakers, they are going to find ways in which they will address this concern. Then the second thing is a lot of people in the north, or our people, they find to have the fear of discrimination. Oh, I don't want to go because I know that they said there is discrimination, there is racism. Oh, somebody even told me that even if you go to buy groceries in a supermarket, you are being priced differently, because they will tell you, oh, the price of a black is different from that of a white. I think these are all unfounded and unfounded claims. And I'm not saying that there is no racism or there is no discrimination, or you will not experience any, but I have never experienced any. And the mere fact that you are coming to study in an institution of learning where you have people with of like minds, so racism is not as pronounced as you used to see, or as you can be seeing when you are watching football. You see abuse being meted on players when they have not scored their goals. Then the last reason is the issue of cultural shock. You are leaving your people, you are coming into an entirely different culture, and you will see a lot of weird and bizarre things. For example, you are coming from the north, we know that we used to respect people, we used to respect elders. When you see your teacher, you don't call your teacher by your first name. But here is an offense also in some part of the West to address your teacher with maybe prof or sir or madam and nakwana. You just need to address him with his first name. So it's an issue of concern. A lot of people find it very, very weird. Oh, how can I come to study in this type of environment? It's going to impact negatively on the training of my children, of my family, and stuff like that. And closely linked to the cultural shock is the issue of weather, because we are from two different weather conditions. And in the north, you have a temperature of about an average temperature of about 35 to 40 degrees. And you're coming to study, for example, in Scotland, the temperature is sub-zero, -2, -5. So it's an issue that a lot of people find it very, very displeasing or very, very uncomfortable with. But the mere fact that people have come and studied, it means that you can come and acclimatize and study and stay in this place. With this, I think I have come to the end of my journey, and the next speaker is going to continue.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamaluddin Garba, for this magnificent presentation. And really, you have touched on so many things pertaining why people should strive to leave their comfort zones and seek for knowledge and opportunities across the globe. This is remarkable. So our next speaker is Dr. Hassan Suleiman. Dr. Hassan is a PhD scholar, like I said previously, at the Estonian University of Life Sciences. So he will talk on how to start in your journey abroad and many more regarding this issue under discussion. So Dr. Hassan, if you are with us, please, you have the floor.
Dr. Can you see my slide now?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, I'm right here with you. Thank you, Yakubu, for giving me the floor. Once again, I'm Hassan Suleiman. So I will take you from here. I will take you until I will get to the point where you have to contact the university to study at. So here we are, having made up your mind that you want to go abroad and study. Next to do, then you sit down and start thinking, who should I ask? Who should I consult? Who should I talk to? How do I get to my destination? So at this juncture, what you should do is, number one is do not contact any study abroad agent. Avoid going through them. Don't let agents be your third party or your intermediary with the university. You don't need to consult them. All of these agents will just take advantage of you, take advantage of your vulnerability, and make money. They will just sell you dreams. And even if some of these agents are capable of taking you outside, for the most part, they will take you to countries, Egypt, countries like Cyprus, India, Rwanda, Kenya, and the rest of them, and then tell you that at the end of the day, you get the best degrees here, you settle here. I remember a boy whose father wanted to send him to the UK. So, this, our business north, they know less about education system in general. So this guy, the father contacted an agent. So this agent had connection with Cyprus. And he said, all right, you know what? UK does not give admission now, this, and that. I will send, you know what? Let's send your son first to Cyprus. Actually, Cyprus is just like very close to the UK. Maybe after a year, he'll just move to the UK and continue. And this money, send the kid to Cyprus, and that's where he found himself, finished his study in Cyprus without getting the chance to go to the UK. The agent knew in the beginning that that boy was never going to get to the UK, but then he sold dreams to them. And another thing is, if you go through agent, you will definitely need that agent for future correspondence. For example, you get an admission through a study abroad agent, and then you are not comfortable with the hostel you live, and you want to move to the to off campus. Many universities will request you to go back to the agent that facilitated your application process before you could do that, instead of you having communication with them and see how it goes. And this agent, what will happen? They'll still make money out of that. Okay, nevertheless, let me not bug you with, I think, what is enough otherwise. Who should you consult then? Consult your internet. Everything you need about education is on the internet. What you just need is go to your Google, make some keywords. You can use keywords if you're gonna go for scholarship, Google scholarship. If you want to go for Google with keywords, scholarship, fully funded tuition fee, and all that. And maybe if you want to go to self-sponsor, you think you are rich, you can do that. Just look up the name of the university you want to apply for, talk to them directly. They will respond to you. These universities do respond, unlike our universities back in Nigeria. So after doing this, then you start thinking where to go. There are a lot of countries to go. A lot of countries to go. There are institutions of higher education in every country you can think of. But why would you develop or a developing country when you stand the chance to go to a developed country? Like my people always say, in za ka roƙi Allah ko, ka roƙe shi da. And is it Olan, the man who said, aim for the moon, shoot for the moon, or aim for the moon. If you don't reach the moon or whatever, he says, you will land among the stars. So why would you settle for less when you are competent in a country? So with that, let's explore scholarship opportunities around the world. There are so many scholarship opportunities around the world. There are scholarship opportunities.
Can we maximize the screen? Can you make it in presentation mode?
I think I'm supposed to be. Oh, you should have reminded me this earlier.
No, it's okay. I just started. Yeah.
Can everyone see it? Can everyone see it?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine.
Crystal clear now, right?
Yeah.
So I'll proceed. Oh, what's going on? Okay, there are a lot of scholarships opportunities around the world. There are scholarships scholarship positions given by governments of different countries. There are state scholarships. There are scholarships given by NGOs. There are institution-based scholarships. So some of the countries that do offer fully funded or full tuition fee with stipend and everything. Some of them include Korea, Japan, Chevening, DAD, UK, that's Germany, German government, Italian government has a scholarship. That virtually all these developed countries do have federal scholarships. So instead of dwelling on PTDF that has limited opportunity, yeah, PTDF do give hundreds of scholarships to Nigerians, but then there is quota system acting in there. Opportunities are limited. You cannot all get it. Look at the population of northern Nigeria. We have about, we have about 120 million people. PTDF is not enough to cater for everyone. Explore these opportunities. And you know what? There are some of these opportunities are by far juicier than PTDF. For example, take this Danish government scholarship, take the Holland government scholarship. They probably might pay you 2 times or 3 times what PTDF will pay you monthly. Plus your tuition fee is free. Plus they give you free medical insurance and you have the chance to come with your spouse. And guess what? Some of these countries, if you should give birth to a child in the country, I mean, once you have free medical insurance, all the maternity care or whatever you call it, your wife, or I mean, you can only come with one wife. Your wife will demand at the point of delivery will be covered by your health insurance. And she might have like 2 or 3 doctors up on her and like 5 nurses taking care of her. You can get this in Nigeria. And then when you give birth to this child in some of these countries, your child will have like your wife can have what they call parental care allowance for at least 18 months. Some of these European countries will give you up to 500 euros. How much is that? That's about 300 and something thousand Nigerian naira. Then why would you go to Cyprus? I mean, reason with me. Why would you go to India? You wouldn't get this. Before I come here, there was this guy trying to convince me, you come to India. If you have a wife, she'll get a job that she will get 140,000, approximately 140,000 a month. You'll get this. I asked people studying in this, it's all lies. Even though I knew he was lying, but I gave him, listening ears. So I cannot give you the list of all this, but the team together with me, at the end of the day, we'll prepare a doc file, a Word file containing list of universities, and we'll hyperlink it. We'll put the link, sorry, not link of universities, scholarships opportunities around the world. We'll hyperlink it so that if you get the file, you can click on that link and see if you meet the criteria, and then you apply. So we'll maybe, if at the end of the day, anyways, you should talk to Yakubu and see, probably, anyway, when we get to that, we'll get your email and create a mailing list that we can share some of these opportunities.
Yeah, it's
so,
okay. That's what I was saying. Like we already have a Telegram platform where we share all materials. So many people are asking like if they need the slides after the presentation. So I think that will be fine. We will share it to the Telegram page. What you will do is just to join the page, and I have already pasted the link to the page. So I think we'll post it at the end of the presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think this slide we have upon here is not that rich. Maybe the doc file source. Anyways, Stellenbosch in South Africa, we have Lund universities, we have this Paul and Graham in the UK, and this is for internally displaced people. I'll talk about this internally displaced people later. So we have several scholarships. We also have like institution university. These are scholarships awarded by institution themselves, like institutions like MIT, Oxford, Harvard Institute, with annual budget, or let me say with net worth. Some of these universities are richer than our states in Nigeria, so they do have scholarships opportunity. All you do is, if you pounce on any university, just Google the name of the university, find the website to the university, go and search, look up if they have scholarship opportunities. They do have, from master's degrees and PhD. They do have this application portal, like an automated system that feature all the courses they offer in their institutions and every scholarship opportunity, if available. Some of these countries are Finland, they have the portal. In the doc, I'll put the portal to this. We have Sweden, it has a portal. Estonia has a portal. Denmark, there are a lot of countries with portals. With keywords like maybe you want to study masters, put the course, you will see. They will bring out the list of institutions offering all that offer all the courses. You will see if it's fully funded, if it's partially funded, or whatever. You can have that. But then before applying for all this, one thing you need to do is to prepare a curriculum vitae. That's a CV. So what do you need to do in your CV? It's just a written text that will tell everything about you. You don't need to talk. Your CV will do everything about you. What do you need to do? What are the contents or like the general structure of a CV for admission application process? First of all, you start by writing down your detail. Your personal details should contain your name and your contact address. Avoid writing things like your gender, your date of birth, your religion. Like, no one in the West, they don't even want to know what your religion is. They believe religion is a personal affair. That's you and your God. So don't put religion, don't put your ethnic background, where you are from, don't put that, don't put the states. Possibly just write your name, then your contact address. But if it's maybe some scholarship that require people only from Africa or developed countries, then you put your country, Nigeria. Or if it's a gender-based scholarship that need only females or something, then you can put female. But generally, if you take USA, for example, they do not tolerate you writing your gender, writing your religion, because especially Brazil, USA, that it's kind of like segregated along race and ethnic line. They promote social inclusion, equality, and opportunity for all, just to eliminate racism and ethnic segregation. So thereby to them writing stuff like your gender, your religion, or whatever, or your marital status is unnecessary. So the next thing after this, then you put your interest. Your interest, what do you like? What do you like? What do you want to do? What interests you? Let them see. And make sure what interests you is aligned with what you are applying for. Then you put your personal statement, like, is this a statement of a little bit of motivation? You are this, you just put that in there. So after doing that, I mean, this is like the most important part of a CV. This is what the reader or the people at the interview panel will first look at. This is where you capture them. This is where you convince them that you are fit for the task. Then they will look down the CV and see other things. So you structure your alma mater, the schools you've been to. If you've been to like 1,000 universities, or just put in there the most important ones. You probably might not want to put your degree in Arabic if you are actually, maybe you have separate degree in Arabic and you're applying for some science courses. You might not put that in there. It's not important. So then the experiences, the softwares, the skills, some things that, I mean, academic experiences or your research experiences, if you have any, put that in there. Then the next thing, your position. Maybe you were once a level coordinator, put that in there. Or maybe you were once a tutor, given extramural classes back in the university or back in high school. You can put that there. The next thing you put your publications and conferences, if you have any. So at this point, if you've been to conferences or you have publications, that give you an edge over other applicants. So for those who have like 10 publications, do not put all the 10. Just select a few, especially those really related to the position you are applying for. Just caption it like a selected publication. Just put it in. They do not have the time to go all through that. Then your secondary interest, what you are interested in doing. So maybe if you're applying for a degree in PhD, maybe you can tell them how good you like sport and stuff like that. Maybe if applying for a degree in remote sensing or geography, that might require you to go to the forest to collect sample, and at some point you find yourself going uphill to get samples at the top of a mountain. Then you can put one of your hobbies or hiking. Like one of your hobbies is hiking or trekking, or you can put anything. So some little do's and don'ts of writing CV is you watch your length. Don't make your CV so expanded, too expatiated. Don't make it too lengthy. You know, these people, it's not like in Nigeria, if you are writing an exam, the examiner expects you to write 40 pages for just a single line question. In developed countries, I mean, in sensible countries, I'm sorry to use this word, in sensible countries, I mean, you are going beyond their compass, beyond limit. They do not want that unnecessary. That's rubbish to them. Just go straight to the point. So most of these people, outside interviewers, professors, you might want to send your CV to, want you to be concise. Just go straight forward, not lengthy stuff. Then also look at the readability. Make sure your CV is readable. You can, you might want to look at the grammar, proofread your grammar and everything. Make sure the text you use the right font and it's readable, legible. Then you look at the design. Make sure it's well structured, not disorganized. If your CV is disorganized, I think the treatment it gets is to be flinged into the trash can. Then you put less aesthetic. Do not like putting colors, some fancy. So in the academic, that's it's too late. Then less embellishment. Then try to polish and also check with the country you are applying. Different country and cultures, and they have CV is entirely with those applying for PhD program, institution-based master scholarship. You must get in touch with. If you are going for self-sponsorship in the UK, I bet you need to maybe a typical Nigerian will start mailing the professor, but dear professor, I hope you are fine. I hope you are doing well. I hope your family, everything is doing well. Everything is this. If so, glory be to God. No. If you do that to people in the West, to an extent, people from Oriental countries, I'm talking about China, Japan, they will find this so uncomfortable. Just go straight like, dear prof. If in the culture, like I said, always check with the culture of the country you are sending your CV or the professor you are mailing, you are mailing. So if in their culture they call professors by prof, dear professor, Mr. Professor A, Professor B, if they call them doctors or dear prof, if they just call them straight by their name, don't hesitate to do that too. Just do it. That's the respect to them. Call them by their names, dear so, and so. I hope this finds you well. Then you just go. Next thing is you tell them who you are. This is you, this is you, this is me, this is me. Then you tell them the program you are applying for and why you chose or why you want to apply for this program. Then you might want to highlight your previous experiences that are in line with what you are applying for. Then skills that make you the ideal candidate, like you put your skills, your experiences, why you think you are the right or perfect candidate, why you think they will choose you over thousands or hundreds of applicants they might get. Then you also tell them in what you hope to achieve, where you see yourself in the future. Professors will want to groom, they will want to recruit, train, and groom someone who will continue with their legacy after their demise. They want someone who will continue from where they stopped after their death. They do not, for the most part, they do not want to train someone who after the degree will just go into something else. So they want to keep their name going, citations, So at the end of it, then you attach your CV, because you everything in this letter. This is some sort of a motivation letter that you send, motivation letter. So you cannot tell them everything here. Then you let your CV do the rest for you. Then you can tell them that attached to this letter is my CV. Also, you thank them and then tell them that you're always available for question, or if they need more paperwork from you, you are always available. So before then, I have this few takeaway for my people, especially my people coming from the North. You see, first thing is, Northerners, I noticed we are not as resilient as people from the South. A Northerner will choose not to apply again after being rejected once. He will be like, I applied and I will never apply again. That's the difference between the Northerners and the Southerners are kind of persistent, and I respect that with them. I admire them. They will apply so many times until they really get what they want. The average Northerner lacks this. So, like on average, PhD candidates around the world must have applied like 5 to 10 times before they finally get an opportunity to study or to get, before they finally nail a scholarship. So they're not going to beat you. What they'll just do is reject your application, change it, apply for other places. Always check with your qualification and see if you meet the requirement, apply for. You can apply as many as possible. Sometimes you can apply for like 10, 15 universities. At the end of the day, if you are lucky, you get all of them, then the choice is just sit down and say, I don't want to go here. You just be making you have so many options to yourself. And then, yeah. Another thing is there are some scholarships opportunities you see. Before you go, they will just tell you, will pay you a stipend or allowance, monthly allowance of this and this. And then a lot of our people will just be like, oh, it wouldn't be much enough for me. I wouldn't go. See, some of these universities will not tell you all the benefit entitled, all the rights you have attached to your scholarship. They might not tell you all the benefit entitled to your scholarship until you get there. Try going there, give it a try. And there's something I noticed. You stand a better chance of getting scholarship when you change your address. Honestly, a lot of people have tried this. Like people will apply for scholarship from Nigeria, but they wouldn't get it. But when they change their address to a better country, then they get it, because they kind of respect those country, people coming from those countries. So if you get a scholarship, instead of staying home, like not doing anything, start doing. If you are not doing any business or you don't have any work, take that scholarship, go. I bet you might, a scholarship, I mean, an institution might offer to pay you $300. Well, and getting there, you will realize that you might end up getting $1,000. They will have, maybe the supervisor will give you extra money. You might get some extra scholarship. So just give it a try first. Don't be like this, our people, like some of our people that, you know, I do see like kids in the North, they will go to India or China, you know, get a degree, then come back home, not doing anything, just stay home, just come out every day in front of their house with much here, and people around, I mean, their community people, I should get none on the and here, like, you know, like scholarships around the world for displaced people. Maybe people displaced from their houses due to flooding in their community, maybe war or insurgency like Zamfara, like Yobe, Zamfara, Yobe, Borno. But I don't see our people applying for these scholarships. I have seen a number of people here in Europe that applied for asylum, seek for asylum, and they got it. But these people are not from one of these states bedeviled by insurgency. Some of these people are from are from regions that are farthest from Borno, Zamfara, Katsina, or Yobe. They have never stepped their foot on the soil in the north. They will get it. They will get scholarships and all that. And these Europeans or Americans do not care to, for the most part, verify if you are actually from those places. Matter of fact, they cannot even discriminate. It's high time we go grab it. It's for us. Let's go and get it. Then another thing is scholarship for women. Our women do not like to apply. Some of them will be like, how would I do with my wife? How would I do with my husband? Look, if you are the one more educated, or if you are the one that have the chance of getting scholarship, and probably maybe your husband does not have a good job or whatever in Nigeria, you can apply for some of these scholarships. This scholarship will let you come with your spouse. You can come with your husband and he might get a better job than the job he has in Nigeria. Wherever, even if he does not get a job after following you. If you get a JC scholarship, you will save some money that you will go back home. You and him will go back home and invest and start something. So apply for some of these things. Then one last thing is, isn't it a shame that whenever people mention successful Northerners in the diaspora, please can you open your speaker? Can somebody tell me any successful Northerner in the diaspora? Now, this is a question for all of us. Can somebody just mention, who comes to mind?
Let me, on behalf of them, say Professor Sarki Abba.
Okay, let somebody mention somebody that made it in the diaspora, a Northerner that really made it in the diaspora, that did big.
Professor Sarki Abba, you know him, right? Seasoned experts in the US, right?
Okay, anybody? You see, Jelana Aliyu is what I want to hear. Everybody will be like, Jelana Aliyu. Isn't it a shame Jelana Aliyu is the only person? Come on, man. If Southerners will list the number of people they have in the diaspora, if Jelana Aliyu was from the South, they wouldn't even mention him. They have a lot. And all these things are connected to why poverty, I mean, they partly explain, it might not fully explain why we are poorer than them, but it will partly explain. They go out, seek for greener pastures. They go out, explore opportunities around the world. And our forefathers were not like that. That's why we have houses in Ghana, houses all over West Africa, because we are exploring. Why the present day Northerners do not explore. And if you talk about football, everybody will be like Ahmed Musa. That's the only football. Come on. Players in the South. Look at. So, I mean, please, let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's be as energetic as Ghanaians, as energetic as Cameroon as energetic as Egyptians. I mean, I'm just mentioning our fellow African countries. Let's be as them. So with this, I think
this is
bring me to
really,
the conclusion of my presentation.
Wonderful presentation from our seasoned Dr. Hassan. This is really a marvelous presentation. Thank you very much.
So much for
actually, I myself, I have just completed my PhD, but I've learned a lot from this. So if it were before, I would have picked so many things and use it. But nevertheless, I hope that our brothers and sisters at home would really use this advice, judiciously and seek for opportunities globally. Now, before we go to the next presenter, Dr. Ali Udala, Dr. Hassan made mention of a few, some important points which I would like to rehash on. You mentioned that you can apply to universities directly. Before coming abroad, actually, even myself, mentality we used to have is when PTDF opens portal, we apply. When maybe NG or NITDA opens portal, we apply. Or all these scholarships, maybe King Fahd University, we used to see its advert, we apply. So actually that's not how things work. There are thousands of universities, particularly in the US and Australia, that you just apply directly. You don't have to wait for anybody to give you any advert. Just go to the university portal. They open the portal every year. So this is like, this is the right time, for the application, usually September to December. So go directly to their website. You will even see the advert, apply, talk to the professors. This is just a brief remarks I'm giving, but the details, I think we have made mention of these things in some of our past presentations. There was a presentation by Dr. Fauzia. She did it particularly on US scholarships. So it is on our YouTube page. I will advise you to refer to it for details of all these things while you follow this one. And secondly, our attitude usually is we apply to a few universities, maybe 3, 4, 5, Actually, that's not how things work. On average, like I said, you have to apply to at least 30 universities. Don't mind whether there is application fee or no, you have to apply. This is on average if you are not doing well. But if you want to do well, I have a friend here at King Fahd University, he was so determined that he would leave. So he told me he dedicated just 6 months only for applications. He applied to more than 300 universities. And where is he now? He has finished his PhD. He got it and he made it. So this is how things work. It's not that easy as you expect it, but you have to do it. And one key point maybe that we will talk of is the issue of TOEFL and GRE. Please, if any one of you maybe has finished, completed his NYSC, or he's about to complete his NYSC, I will strongly advise to the little savings you can, save, you use it to write this TOEFL and GRE. Even if school do not require those exams, usually you do it. It will give you an edge over other applicants. When you have it and others do not have it, it will be useful. Meanwhile, even majority of the schools, actually, they need those exams.
Sorry, Dr. Kamaluddin. Sorry, not to interject you, regarding this TOEFL or IELTS, if you don't have a TOEFL and then you have opportunity beforehand for you to apply, you can also get a letter from your university stating, your universities where you had, you previously earned degrees. Or if you're going for bachelor's degree, you can get that from your secondary school. A letter stating that you actually took you had your degree in English. And then again, in some transcript, it's written. Some universities will write, some foreign universities will write on the transcript that you studied in English. Make sure you indicate that. That sometimes can replace the TOEFL and IELTS requirement. That might save you.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. But meanwhile, do not rely on that really. That should be your last option. So do your best. Take those exams. They are pretty easy. We have the materials. Of course, I can share them on the Telegram platform or through your emails. Already, we have dropped some link where if you are interested in getting some information from us, you will be receiving emails. Maybe I will put the link also again. You can register your name there. But the most important point is the materials are there and we can share with you to practice, you know. The last point is, you know, usually the fact that we don't have the TOEFL center in Kano, Kaduna, Jigawa, all those areas. I think the only one we have in the north is in Abuja. So anything dealing with Abuja, our people used to, you know, be, actually reluctant about it. They don't want to go there. So we are working also with people who have these JAM centers, if possible. And if anyone, you know, you have access from either the audience or from the presenters to access to someone, you know, who is having this JAM center, because it's just an upgrade that you will do to those JAM centers. There are a few things, some audio devices and, you know, the rest of that you will add, and then you will be accredited and get the registration to be doing the TOEFL. Doing that will really, you know, bring a development to the people in the north. So in summary, if you can manage to get second class upper degree, I promise you, you can get scholarship abroad to study your master's and PhD. All right, let me stop at this point. Let me not take much of your time. I will go directly to the next presenter, who is Dr. Aliyu Dala. Aliyu Dala will talk on issues circumscribing, self-funding. Of course, after scholarship, there are other opportunities, self-funding and packaging. So he will talk more while we listen to him. Doctor, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Alan Yakubu. And thank you, the previous speakers, Kamaluddin and Hassan, for the beautiful presentation. So I would like to build my presentation standing on the foundations they've already laid. So I don't know, is it? Yep. So what I'm trying to do is to put a human face to our journey so far, to kind of look at it from the prism of Malam Bello. Now he has listened to these talks and he's pumped up. He has the oomph now to just stand up and go for a scholarship to get a qualification, a foreign degree, a foreign master's, a foreign PhD, or whatever. Now there are 3 routes for him to get to that place. Why he needs those 3 routes is because, one, he needs to take care of his tuition and the living expense. So those are the 2 basic things. The tuition is the school fees. We have it very cheap in Nigeria, right? The school fees is like 15,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 50,000 naira. And when it was raised to around 150,000 naira in Kaduna, there was an uproar, right? But here it's kind of very expensive, because if you're looking at a very cheap tuition fee of like 12,000 or let's say 10,000 pounds, that's almost 7 million naira. So that's a lot of money. So he has to take care of the tuition, which is not cheap. And then he has to take care of the living expenses, which is not cheap, because look at if he's renting a place, let's say he's able to get a room and he's paying 200 pounds per annum, per month. That's almost, if you convert it at the rate of 700 pounds, 700 naira to a pound, that's around 140,000 per month. We are not talking about a yearly rent. We're talking about per month. So that's kind of on the high side, right? Now to do that, he has to find a way to get to that. And that's what the second speaker was able to really highlight. And I'm going to go through the same route, but this time around, I'm going to shed more lights in such a way that you can be able to maximize your chances, or Malam Bello can maximize his chances. Now, we're going to look at, as a case study, we're going to look at PTDF. You have other scholarships, Commonwealth, you have Chevening, which are quite kind of a bit similar. So what we're trying to do is, although they are limited, we have a limited number of this scholarship, but how can you still maximize your chances if you're going to apply for them? Because what is worth doing is worth doing well. Now, the first thing, I'm not going to give you all the criteria that needs, all the checkboxes that are required, because this is, you can find it on the website. But what I'm trying to do is to give you 4 tips that can be able to really maximize your chances of becoming that candidate that will be picked at the end of the day by the examiner. So the first thing you're going to look at is a research proposal. That's very important. That's for PhD. If it's for master's, I think it's study plan or statement of purpose. So it's very important that you write it properly. You write it very well. Now, the key is that you have to find a problem that you need to solve in the community, in the society where you live in. So if it's PTDF, it has to be relevant to our oil and gas industry. On this panel, we have a pharmacist, right, Kamaluddin, and then we have engineers as well. And these are two different fields, but each of this applicant was successful because they were able to relate their course of study on how they can solve a particular problem relating to oil and gas industry, which is, even if you're going for Commonwealth and other scholarships, it's very important that you're able to identify that problem and you bring your novel solution and solve that problem. So you write a research proposal. There's a structure to it, and PTDF provides that structure. So once you get it, once you write it, this is a good time, as we listen to the second speaker, this is the right time to get in touch with your supervisor, a prospective supervisor, until you can be able to now work on the proposal. And then when they're happy, they're fine with it, you can be able to present it to PTDF or Commonwealth or wherever. Now, the thing is that based on the tests, right? They kind of, when you're going for the PTDF exams or interview, they kind of ask you to talk about your research proposal, and you're given 5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever, but I don't know what next year would look like, but they give 5 minutes and they tell you to talk about your research proposal. Now here's the catch. A lot of people kind of are going for this. They know that they're going to be asked this question, but they make the mistake of this complacency, I would say, with a lot of us, you know, if you like to look at it from the angle of the Parkinson's law, where if you have all the time in the world, you take all the time in the world to do whatever you want to do. So instead of people to really prepare for this interview, they leave it to the dying minute to see how they can prepare. So you're asked to talk about your research proposal without any aid, right? Without any reading aid. So you don't come with the research proposal and you start reading it. No, you have to, everything has to be from memory. So now, to be able to do that, you have to master your research proposal. When I was preparing, I asked one of the successful PTDF scholars, what's the tip? What advice would you give me? He said, you should know your research proposal like the palm of your hands. You should be able to commit everything. It's not, you don't have to memorize it, but if you can memorize it and understand it at the same time so that you can flow very well. It's just 5 minutes. It's a 5 minutes presentation. It's not rocket science. You should be able to do it. So now that's the first one. The second one is the admission offer. But because you've already worked with a supervisor, you've worked on your research proposal, and admission offer shouldn't be difficult for you to get. That maximizes your chances. And then the third one, as the second speaker has talked about, publications. Publications are very important because what it shows to the examiners, both PTDF, Commonwealth, or whatever scholarship, is that you already have done the homework. You already have an MVP. You can publish, because that's the language of the academic world. Publications is the language that they speak. So you already have an output. Now, the third one is a membership of professional body. So if you're an engineer, you go for Koren or NSC. If you're a pharmacist, you go for OYOS. If you're a medical doctor, so whatever your professional body is, that also adds to the strength of your application. Now, Malam Bello has tried that, and unfortunately for Malam Bello, he wasn't successful, right? To be able to go complete his journey, he has to take the second route, which is the funding and grant. Now, with respect to funding and grant, as the second speaker talked about, these top universities in the world have like endowment funds that are unthinkable. Like University of Cambridge has spent at least £100 million every year on scholarships. And it's so unfortunate that we've not been able to access this. Let me give you an example. This is Carol, right? Carol Ibe, she's a Gates scholar. It's a scholarship scheme. There are like tens of them in Cambridge. You have those for African students and stuff like that. So she's a Gates scholar. What happened is that I'm going to use her as a case study, actually. So now she got this funding, the scholarship in 2014, 2015. Before she got the scholarship, she founded a company, which is JR Biotech Foundation, which helps to teach academics, students, and researchers in Africa on biotechnology and life sciences. She graduated, she has a bachelor's in microbiology from Michael Okpara University in Abia State. So that's her foundation, which is at par with almost all the universities we're studying in, right? So it's a Federal University of Technology initially. So it's at par with most of the universities in Nigeria, but she was able to look to broaden her horizon. She was able to go for it. And what happened was that when she got this foundation, she applied for the Cambridge Gates scholarship, and they judged her based on these 4 criteria. The first one is intellectual ability. So they would like to see your transcripts. They would like to see, based on your transcripts, they want to see a very strong, at least a very strong 2-1, right? But now here's the catch. Even if you have a 2-1, even if you think it's not very strong, you still should apply for it because you're being judged in relation to the other applicants. If you're the only one that has that, and then you're able to back it up with experiences and back it up with references, very strong references, you stand a chance. So you never say never. Once you have a 2-1, apply for it. If it's a 4-point, perfect. It's a first class, that's what is needed. So you apply for it. That's the first thing they look at because they want students that can be able to complete their studies. Now, the second one is why do you choose? Why this course? Why do you choose it? In this regard, they're going to look at, have you made contact with supervisors? Have you refined your idea? Why are you going for this? What inspired? What's your motivation and stuff like that? So the third one is they're going to judge you based on like, how have you improved the lives in your society? Let's say you are from Arewa, from the north. How have you improved the lives of people in the north or in Nigeria in the past, presently, and in the future? What are your plans for improving their lives in the future? That's what Carol was able to do. She was able to show them with her foundation that this is what she has done in the past, this is what she's doing presently, and in the future, this is what she's going to do to improve the life. So that's very important. And then finally, they look at your leadership potential. We're talking about Cambridge, one of the best universities in the world, right? So they want to create leaders, not followers. So what's your leadership potential? Have you been able to show that? Carol was able to show that by being a founder of that foundation. It's as simple as that. It's a foundation. Everyone can have a foundation. If you have a problem that you think you can help people tackle in your society, you can have a foundation. So that maximizes your chances. Now, Malam Bello unfortunately didn't get that, let's assume. What's his next step? The next step is for Malam Bello to go the hardest route, which is self-funding. And based on the statistics we've seen from the first speaker, this is what differentiates the North from the South, nothing else. It's not the funding and grant, it's not the scholarship, it's the self-funding. That is the difference. That's why they're able to have this exponential number, why we don't. And it's funny, let me give you an example with what one of the speakers on this panel told us. He said he knew a friend, there's someone that studies in their school. What he did was that he paid a deposit, brought his friend, he's from the South, so riba is not a problem, interest is not a problem. He placed riba on it, the guy paid back, he got it, and then paid for this another friend of his, the second one, and then he paid him back and then paid for the third one. He brought 3 of his friends, simultaneously to come and study in the UK. How do they do that? Now we're going to use University of Edinburgh Napier University as a case study. What happens is that they ask you to make deposits. You make initial deposits, right? They have they relax the rules. So instead of now looking at an MSc in pharmaceutical and analytical science, is a 2-year program, and it costs £10,000 per annum. But what they do is that they just take a £3,500 deposit. You don't have to deposit. You don't have to pay them the whole tuition. if you go to if you go to Edinburgh Napier now, there's like, you think at a point you think you're in Nigeria, and you think you're in southern Nigeria actually, because most of them have understood this system and they were able to key into it. Let me give you an example. Someone trying to get a job in Abuja, a parastatal, it could be PTD, whatever, CBN, whatever. Now people pay money to get employment. Can you imagine? So imagine a person is going to pay 3 million just to get employment. He wants to be earning 300,000, 500,000 per month. If you convert that amount, it's almost 6,000 pounds. What this person could do is he could take a deposit up at 6,000 pounds, because CBN will give you the rate. If you are a student, they will give you the market rate, the CBN rate. He can make that deposit of 3,500 and he still has some money left. He can settle down, and then what happens is that you are allowed to work in the UK for 20 hours per week. Now, based on 20 hours per week, let's assume for ease of calculation, let's even assume you're able to get that 3,500 from a family friend, from your dad, from the community or whatever. Now you get it, you deposit it, they give you a cash, you apply, you get a visa, and then you come in. Now they're going to be taking 550 pounds from your account every month, so that at the end of the year, it adds up to the tuition fee, which is the school fees of 10,000 pounds. So now if you're working 20 hours per week, what happens is that it means you'll be making roughly 600 pounds. You can't exceed 20 hours per week. Now, if it's 600 pounds, if you take out 550, you're only left with 50 pounds. That's a problem. So, but how you can tackle that problem is that you have, in 3 months, you have breaks within the year. So it could be up to 3 months. You have the Easter break, you have the Christmas break, and then you have some break in the summer, right? So if you add that up, that would be almost 3 months. So that for the 3 months, you can be able to work full time without any limitation. If you can work 50 hours, you can work 50 hours a day. They don't care. So if you can be able to work that way, you will be able to raise, with those 3 months in a year, you should be able to raise 3,500 pounds, which is your deposit. You've already paid back your deposit. And now what you can do subsequently is, the way to really minimize the cost of living is to have clustering. So what students do is, when they're coming to a same university, they get a flat and they share the rent. So if the flat is 600 pounds and there are 4 of them, that amounts to 150 pounds. So they're able to really minimize the cost of living here in UK. And then the second one, which is the most important one, is if you have a spouse, you can bring your spouse while you're studying. The spouse can be working full time to pay for your part of, pay for the rent, and then you can work your 20 hours and as well. So that your case as much as possible. And this is what the Southerners do. A friend of mine, a lady got a loan from them, and she was to pay them in a month, but she took 3 months before she paid them. And it was later they realized that she was trying to even bring her boyfriend from Nigeria to come and work, right? So not even her husband. So they do that. The Southerners do that a lot, which I think we, the Northerners, should learn from. So now, based on what I've talked about, I've provided some links here with respect to some of the things that I talked about: scholarship opportunities in Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, UCL, and others. So I think right now I've come to the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening.
Right. That's really beautiful, and you have done justice to the topic. You have digested most part of it. So I think we will go straight to the next presenter, who is Dr. Abdullahi Magaji. So Dr. Abdullahi Magaji will touch on other areas which have not been discussed by the previous speakers. So Dr. Abdullahi Magaji, before you start, I would also like, some people are still asking of these slides and all this stuff. So like I said, they will all be shared to the Telegram group at the end of the session. So just join the group and you can download them afterwards. The link to the group, I have already sent it to in the chat box. You can see it. Meanwhile, the whole presentation is going live on Facebook, the Facebook page of the AYMP, Arewa Youth Mentorship Program. So you can always visit the page and watch the presentation. And it will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel for future reference. Dr. Abdullahi Magaji, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Budil.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you see my screen?
Everything is perfect.
Okay, very good. Hello, everyone. I'm Abdullahi Magaji Dauda, and I am president of the Nigerian Student Society in Bradford. I've been the president for 2 years now, since 2019 till date. I would like to mention some few things regarding what my predecessors have said. The first speaker talked about distribution of Nigerians in the UK. Yes, the statistics you saw about Bradford is really true. Actually, we have 327 students in the University of Bradford. And out of that 327, the Northerners do not even carry 27. We are only 13 students from Northern Nigeria in that 327. What does that tell you? How do you do that? I see students every day. I receive complaints from students every day. I help students every day. I've been to the airport to receive Nigerian students. But this year, I just met only 2 female students from Northern Nigeria. And that is the simple truth. And over the years, we have been just that number. And every day, it breaks my heart. Every day, I don't feel it. It breaks my heart. We will have like gatherings and a lot of things that involve students, and then no one from the north, only 1 person or 2 people. And even the number we have, sometimes to even penetrate, get involved, find opportunities. But I really want that to change. And the reason why we are here today is because we want that to change. A lot of our people have opportunities and then we don't even know about it. Or we know about it, but like my second speaker, Hassan, said, we lack resilience. What can we do about that? I would make this example again with a Nigerian who started PhD with me in 2018 in Bradford. And I saw the guy and we were introducing ourselves. And he said he is doing peace and conflict resolution. And his case study was Boko Haram and the damages they have done to northern Nigeria. And he is somewhere far, like in the deep southern states. And then when I was discussing with him further, actually he is on a scholarship and he is claiming that he is from Borno. He doesn't even know where Borno is. He never had, he just know Boko Haram by name, but he is here taking the place of, for example, Aliu Dala, who is from Borno. And he is talking about Boko Haram, which he has no business or he doesn't know anything about. If our people would have searched very well, they would have gotten this opportunity. So also, my friend, Dr. Aliu Dala, like the Cambridge scholarship, we have Gates scholarship. Bill Gates gives scholarship, and Bill Gates knows the root of like the main poverty region in Nigeria is the northern Nigeria. But this scholarship, let's assume Gates scholarship is offering 100 first-class students from Nigeria alone. The northerners do not apply. They don't even know about it. If the southerners will apply for that 100 place, all of them will get it. I know a scholar who was a PTDF scholar, and she got a Bill Gates scholarship, and she left her PTDF scholarship and she moved to Bill Gates scholarship because she's a first-class student. Every year in our universities, we graduate first-class students, but what they do is they just sit down to wait to get a job in the university or get a better job in CBN Inland Revenue, and a lot of places. We narrowed our opportunities and think everything we need, we have it in Nigeria. If you are a first class potential who studied, for example, computer science, with what the developed world is out here, what opportunities do you think you have? You can come here and you can have a very good supervisor. Even if it was an MSc, you will get this opportunity in a snap, and an IT company is looking for you. And you have an opportunity to go and do something big. And one day you will be in Google, Facebook, Twitter, and any of these big giant tech companies, and you'll be working for them. So please and please and please, let's put up more efforts and try to do that. So also, with regards to what my third speaker who just handled to me, who was talking about self-sponsored scholarship, he gave you a lot of examples. Since during my master's in the UK, I have met a lot of people who were on self-sponsored scholarship. But to be honest with you, and say, I want to go to the UK and do a study, we really find that difficult. Please and please, if you have little anything, and this is to our community, I know we have a lot of people here on the participants who are financially buoyant. Please and please help us, help the youth, help the community. All you can do for someone is to help them raise a deposit. When they pay the deposit, they will get what we call the confirmation of acceptance of studies. When they get that cash, all they need is to show an account with money that will be enough for them for that stipend. And when they do that, they really come here and they can work. Okay, so thank you for that. I will go straight into my presentation. After you have learned of the opportunities, like Dr. Kamal said, and then now you've searched for the scholarship and you got it, or just like Aliyu said, you are on self-sponsor. What do you do next? I saw someone on the chat asking us to either do something in Hausa for people to understand. I will try and see if I can put a little bit Hausa into what I'm doing. But let's assume you have gotten the place now. You have gotten the admission. What is your next step? My focus today is the UK. I will not talk about Germany or France or Poland or China or America because I don't know there and I don't know what the standard is. But I know there are certain opportunities like this. What do you do next? You go for a visa. Is my slide not moving?
Yeah, the slide is not moving.
Files.
Yeah, probably it's from your side, I think.
Really?
You can close it and open it again, it's fine.
Okay. Share screen. What is wrong with this?
Okay, now it stopped, right? Stopped sharing. You can share again.
Okay, let me share files.
No, you can share again.
Microsoft.
The PowerPoint. The PowerPoint.
Drive. Oh, no, that is not it. Can you see that?
Yeah. No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Apologies, please.
No, it's fine.
Share screen, basic.
Yeah, okay, it's coming.
It's coming now, right?
Yeah.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes, yes, just make it full screen, please.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay,
Okay, good.
fantastic.
Okay, so I think I circulated a message previously on this specific scholarship called the Scholarship for the Artificial Intelligence and Data Analysis, MSc. So literally, do one decade, the master degree in computer science can apply for this scholarship. And this scholarship was targeted for sub-Saharan Africans. This scholarship, the tuition fees in Bradford is £16,000. But as an international student who, for example, self-funded, kamar daga Africa, you already get £5,000 discount. So you have £11,000 left. And if you have these, if you are going for this scholarship, you are eligible for £10,000 scholarship out of your tuition. If you get 10,000 off, what will be left? £1,000. That is only what you pay for your school fees if you are going for the scholarship. This scholarship is targeted for female students from sub-Saharan region. And these criteria is number one, you have to be a Black student. We are Blacks. Number two, for disabled student. So disability is for you to have an inability to do something. And what people don't understand is sometimes disability is not necessarily what we can see with the eye. A disability can also be a disability we cannot see with our eyes. Like instances where we have things like autism or anxieties or something like depression and things like that. These are all disabilities in which we don't see. But the problem is sometimes our society, we don't even know or how to classify disabilities. Female students, a lot of female Nigerians in the University of Bradford, anybody that you will ask that are doing artificial intelligence, they are all on this scholarship. But I have never met any lady from Northern Nigeria who is doing artificial intelligence. Please, let's try to apply for this scholarship. And then also, if you are from a family military background, if your parents are either in the military or not in the military or have served in the military and retired, you are eligible for this scholarship. So if you are a male student and you are Nigeria, this is a tick, it's an automatic scholarship, CASAM or automatically. So let's assume you got the scholarship. What do? You apply for a visa. So we have 4 types of visas that are linked to studentship. And I would like to explain these so that you will know. Don't think, oh, I want to go to the UK and do my studies 1 year and come back. That is the end. No, that is not the end. If you really want to do something, you can, because we have other visas. We have a Type 4 visa, which you will apply as a student while coming. We have what we call the starter and the entrepreneurs visa, which is later called startup and innovation visa. We have the global talent visa, which is a very new visa that was introduced in the UK 2019. And we have what we call the Tier 2 visa, which is a working or skilled worker visa. So what will you do if Malam Bello have secured a scholarship to come to the UK or want to come on self-sponsor? Malam Bello will apply for a Type 4 or a student visa. The condition for this visa is you have to be 16 years or above. You have to have a course, you have to be on a place where you are license covered. So this means your universities are your sponsors. They give you a license number. That license number is called CAS, which is Confirmation of Acceptance of Studies. So after you paid your deposit, you get your CAS, and that CAS is your license, and your university is your sponsor. So if, for example, a student failed to pay his tuition, the university will say, we are not sponsoring you anymore, and they will pass your information to the Home Office, and then you might be evicted or something like that. Number 3 is you have to show you have enough money for you to be sponsoring yourself. So what I mentioned that people or family, parents, community to help deposit money into your account. That's what everybody does. deposit the money, show it. When you have the visa, you give the person who gave you that money back, have some little money to come and start settling in the UK that you pay at least 1, 2, or 3 months rent, get your national insurance number, get a job, start working, and continue paying your tuition slowly. While if you're on a scholarship, for example, the PTDF, they give you letter, or TET fund, or any other scholarship, they gives you a letter to say your sponsor or your feeding and everything expenses is being covered by your scholarship, and you get your scholarship, and you get your visa, sorry. As an applicant, you must be able to read, speak, and understand English. So that is the most important part because you are coming to the UK. So people were asking about GRE and ITELS or whatever. I did my master's here, I'm doing PhD here. I have never written any English exam. What you need is for you to communicate and tell them that you have been taught in English while you were studying in Nigeria. And for example, you can request a letter from the registrar of your university where you studied or where you are working to show that you have been taught, or the medium of teaching in the university you graduated was English. So they will know that you have come from an English speaking background, and it will be easier for you to get admission and even your visas. So if you are below 16 or 17 years of age, you need to get your guardians to give you a consent to say they are consenting you for this application. And this is the type 4 visa. So let's assume you came here on a type 4 visa, you're studying and you finish studying. What do? You have a range of other visas. So you can apply for what we call now the post-study visa. This visa was introduced in the UK this July 2021. So anybody who graduated after July 2021 or have completed his study is eligible for a post-study visa. This post-study visa is classified into 2. If Malam Bello came on a self-sponsorship and did a master's, he will be eligible for a 2 years post-study visa. If Malam Bello did PhD, he is eligible for 3 years post-study visa. What happens during this post-study visa? So we all have what we call biometric resident permit, and that permit gives you the reason to stay in the UK. On your resident permit, at the back of the permit, there are things written like no access to public funds, which means you cannot access any public funds by the UK government, and you have your work limit of 20 hours, like my previous speaker, Ali Udala said. So the advantages of this visa is if you finish your study, you will get to work full-time, no more 20 hours. You will work full-time 40 hours during these 2 years or 3 years of your post-study visa. And during that time, you have an opportunity to find job anywhere in the world. You keep searching for the job, and when you get the permanent job, you can leave the visa and apply for the next visa. And this visa gives you a chance for what we call a multiple entry. Let's assume Malam Bello got a post-study visa and he's been working full-time for a year, and then he applied for a job in Qatar or Yemen or China, India, or any other part of the world. It's not the end of your visa when you leave the UK. It is called a multiple entry visa. You can use that visa to travel to Kuwait, to go and have a job interview. And when you get it, then it's fine. You can move and settle in Kuwait. You can come back to the UK. The only disadvantage for this visa is for people who want to settle in the UK. This visa does not count towards residency. So we have what we call residency and leave to remain. If someone wants to live in the UK, you have to stay here for at least 10 years continuously, but legally, you must have a visa during that stay. But if, for example, Malam Bello did a PhD for 4 years and then got a 3 years post-study visa, the disadvantage of this visa is those 3 years do not count towards the residency of Malam Bello. Malam Bello will have to start counting after that visa if he gets any other visa. So that is disadvantages. So what will Malam Bello do? If Malam Bello is a skilled entrepreneur, instead of post-study visa, Malam Bello has the opportunity to apply for a startup or an innovator visa. Here, I will say it in Hausa because this is an opportunity for a lot of people to understand the opportunities we have here. So I will do English, then I will do Hausa. Okay, this visa is set up for anybody who wants to start a business in the UK. What you need is you have to meet the eligibility requirement. Number one, you have to find an endorsing body. And that endorsing body should...
Kamanta turanci kake kamanta ko ka saba da turancin haka na manta turanci kake
okay, sorry. Ita wannan visa specifically ta mutane ne wa'anda kamar Malam Bello, let's assume Malam Bello kuma tela ne, ya iya ɗin. To Malam Bello ya hi dama ya nemi startup visa nan akan ya nemi post-study visa. For example, Malam Bello ya gama digirin shi is an endorsing body for a they hold a conference da suke endorsing students da ke son su yi going through startup visa. Let's assume a Edinburgh akwai ‘yan Arewa, for example, akwai guda 50. Kan mu manta a shekara muna sallah sau biyu. Muna da ƙaramin sallah da babbar sallah. Sai kasance duk shekara kafin sallah ta zo, sai mutane sun sayi shaddodi ko yadudduka daga Hilton ko ina ko daga Kano Kwari ko ina ne su sa a yi masu ɗinkuna a kawo masu saboda su sa su je idi kuma su yi shagalin sallah. Wannan dama ce wannan startup visa Malam Bello. During this time, a wannan lokaci, Malam Bello ba a expecting shi ya ce ya buɗe shago a shekara biyu. No. Ana son Malam Bello ya zo da idea na wani abu da ni bai taɓa yi ba. Muna da teloli a London, but amma Edinburgh babu tela. Sai Malam Bello ya ce shi plan ɗin shi for that 2 years shine yana son ya buɗe shago. To abinda Malam Bello zai yi lokacin da aka fara wannan presentation na presenting ya ce Edinburgh a cikin Scotland take. Banda Edinburgh muna da wa'annan manyan birane guda 4. Kuma na gano cewar akwai 'yan arewacin Najeriya 200 a cikin wa'annan wuraren. Duk shekara suna turawa Najeriya a yi masu ɗinki. Ni yau ina son in fara kasuwanci na buɗe shagon ɗinki a Edinburgh. Zan rinka ɗinkuna na maza da na yara. Malam Bello zai ce shi kaɗai ne wanda zai buɗe shagon ɗinki a Edinburgh. Kowa wanda ke ɗinkin amma still Malam Bello bai son opportunity in shi ya ƙare. So kuma on the other hand zai rinka aiki akan aikin shi na tela na buɗe shago. So Malam Bello ya aiki can amma duk sanda ya samu ne shago zai fara bincike suwa zan ɗauka aiki saboda Ingila, the UK is
okay. Sorry, Doctor. I understand that like we have some guests who cannot understand Hausa and
okay.
I've talked personally. So maybe because considering the situation, we can
we will mix.
Yeah, maybe let's continue in English.
Yeah. So what Malam Bello will do is during that 2 years to come up with a plan of what he wants, his innovation, his business, and he will have to say, these are my employees. He can find some volunteers or some people. He has friends who will say, oh, I can sue, I can do this and do that. And then he can put them together. He can find shop. He can find ways of funding. For example, he can save money during that time. After that successful 2 years, Malam Bello have worked. He is now planning through a business. He is now wanting to open a shop. He found everything. Malam Bello will go back to his funding to his what do we call them? His endorsement body. Then now want to apply for an innovator visa. Malam Bello has successfully gotten 2 years in UK with his startup visa. Then he goes to an innovator visa. That innovator will give Malam Bello another 3 years opportunity to start up a business. And after a successful 3 years innovator visa, Malam Bello will have the right to settle in the UK. What will Malam Bello do during that time? He will now want to build on all he has done with his startup visa. Malam Bello will now have a business, a full-time business in the UK. He will want to show all his business ideas, and he cannot join something new. So Malam Bello will not say, I want to go and collaborate with the tailoring shops we have in London. When he started his startup visa, he said he wants to start a tailoring job in Edinburgh. So Malam Bello has a new invention, a new innovation, and Malam Bello continue that business. And this is the community will now, let's assume I want to sew clothes, I'm in Bradford. Instead of me to send it, I have to find someone to send it to Nigeria. My tailor is in Zaria. Oh, someone going or have to ship it. When my thing goes, it might get lost on the road or not. But it will reach Gali, my tailor in Zaria. After Gali finished sewing my babariga, I have to find way to send it back to the UK. I can keep waiting. Gali in that, Gali in that Ikina, Gali. Malam Bello is in Edinburgh. I will just post my shadda to Malam Bello in Edinburgh. And Malam Bello can sew my clothes back to Bradford, mine and my family. And then that business for Malam Bello. So Malam Bello, these years, he has started his business. He is now set in the UK. He has family, and the reason he came here was to study, either on a scholarship or as a self-funded. That's the second opportunity Malam Bello has visa-wise to either settle in the UK if he really wants. The third opportunity is what we call the global talent visa. If Malam Bello, for example, finished a PhD, for example, and got a job in University of Edinburgh, so Malam Bello will not apply for a study visa because he got a job. Malam Bello maybe will not go through a startup or an innovator visa. Malam Bello wait to either, if Malam Bello is interested, can do a global talent visa or can go to what we call the skilled worker visa. So what is a global talent visa? It's the UK government loves saying if you are a leader or a potential leader. So don't think this is talking about, oh, am I a honorable member or anything? No. Am I the president of the student society? No. Everybody is a potential leader. And this visa is classified into 3. We have academia and research. For example, you got a job in a lab or a research center or in a university, you can apply for this visa. Art and culture, for example, let's assume a sister here or a lady finished her degree, and for example, she's a makeup artist. She can apply for this visa, show evidence of all the makeup she has done. If she has, for example, a salon in Nigeria, she can say she has a salon, show something. If she, for example, I keep saying this pharmacist, a sister who is an artist and a pharmacist who draw very beautiful Allah's names and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, everything. For example, this is something, she is unique in arts. She can apply for this global talent visa and she will get, because she has talent. The UK is drawing people through these opportunities, but these are things not everybody knows. Of a for visa if you have an endorsement. For example, the endorsement, for example, people in academia or research, what you need is an offer letter, offer you the job. You just need that letter, and you can apply for that visa with that letter. You criteria, but the most important thing is if you are not eligible for a global talent visa, you can work in the UK using visa, which is called the Tier 2 visa. And that is the last part of the visa I will do. This time workers. So you will have just nurses leaving Nigeria to come to the UK. This is the visas they are applying for. But you are already in the UK. You already have finished Malam Bello has finished his study. Malam Bello just need to meet the conditions for these visas. And Malam Bello will apply for a skilled worker visa. So this is either Malam Bello is working, or let's assume Malam sports person. He's a swimmer, a very good swimmer. Or let's assume Malam Bello do a lot of dragon roll and any kind of sports you are. And for example, visas settle, leave to remain or settlement, and later you can Bello, if he wants, can be a British citizen. In I said earlier, we have our BRPs that say no public funds. But if Malam Bello finish his 5 years and decide to settle in the UK, his BRP will have access to public funds. Public funds means Malam Bello in the future, if he has a son who wants to study in the UK, this child can have access to study in the UK by getting student loan. There is public funds. If Malam Bello has children, for example, and is working, Malam Bello's wife is working, they can get support from the council to take care of the children and things like that. There are a lot of opportunities with this visa. For you to be able to settle, Malam Bello has to be here for 5 years and he has to meet the salary requirements. So that is the problem where some of us are having. If someone wants to using or wants to walk through the Tier 2 visa, there's salary requirement. The salary requirement minimum for you to go through a Tier 2 visa is normally £20,000 in the UK. Not all the starting jobs give you £32,000. That is why, for example, someone can go through the global talent visa. You just need an offer. But if you have the salary, you will go for the Tier 2 visa. So, and then what else am I missing? And then this visa also you could. So now people are weighing. I'll just give you an example. I have a friend who is he just finished his PhD like 2 years ago. Oh no, he finished his PhD last year, but he was given a job to work at the University of Bradford. The University of Bradford is offering him a Tier 2 visa, but when he collects the Tier 2 visa, he will only be able to work for the University of Bradford. When the global talent came, he learned 5 years before he gets his settlement. Global visa is of get settlement. And then with global visa, he can start working with University of Bradford and he can get Cambridge tomorrow. And the next thing is he already has the visa. While if he is on for another visa to go to Cambridge, if it's a global talent visa, he doesn't need to apply for another visa. He already has 3 years because this is called visa to work with his talent. He can work for different people at the same time. For example, if he's an IT expert, work on his computer for a company in the evening, in the morning he can teach in the university, he can do this and that, he can explore a lot of things. With a Tier 2 visa, he will be only able to work for the sponsors of that visa, which are the people who are sponsoring him for that visa. Nobody else can employ him because when they say, give us your BRP or visa, they will see that his BRP is tied to work for only one company. companies. So we will, I think we will give important links by the end of this session for people to go and learn more. It's just ukvi.gov.ng. So ukvi. Will be there, and this will be the end of our presentation for today. All of you love and enjoy the sessions. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. This really, I would like to, on behalf of all the members of the organizing committee of the AYMP, thank you sincerely, all the presenters. You have dissected the subject into pieces, really. So we are really grateful. Meanwhile, I have seen that some people are sending their phone numbers, right, to be added to the WhatsApp group. Actually, we do not have WhatsApp group. You know, WhatsApp has limit to the number of people it can take. So we have Telegram page. If you don't have Telegram, just download the Telegram app, then use the link. Let me paste it again. If you don't have, you will see it. I put it for all our social media pages, but you can join the Telegram, the Facebook, the Instagram. So it is here. Just you will be able to join, you know, and we will share all the materials after the presentation in the group. Okay, so another thing I would like to highlight is, you know, this initiation, it has been started actually from the concerned individuals living in the diaspora, but still we need more hands. And I have seen that some people have indicated interest that also they want to offer contributions. So if anyone please has any skill, you know, today we are presenting scholarships in the UK, the Europe, or even globally. So if you have any skill, you know, it doesn't have to be scholarship issue, entrepreneurship, leadership skills, anything that you feel this is a mentorship related subject, you can contact us, and of course we will be glad to offer you the platform to come and deliver. We are working, I mean, together for the betterment of our region. We understand that there's a need for us to come together, you know, to help each other, and so that we will succeed. Am I communicating? I hope my network is not fluctuating.
We are fine.
Yeah, all right, good. So that's what I'm saying now. If you join the Telegram page also, I know many people are not aware of this program that we are doing, really, the mentorship. So it's a continuous stuff. Sometimes we do it bi-weekly or monthly, you know, if depends on the available or number of available presenters. So if you are in the Telegram page, you can invite your friends, you know, whoever you feel like this is related to him or he will benefit from it. You can add them. You don't have to request for my permission or any of the admin's permission. You have, I think, the permission to do that. And secondly, like I said, this whole stuff requires commitment, you know. So as a youth, I will strongly encourage you to use your data wisely. There are stuff that will be beneficial to you, that will build you up, you know. So please engage in them, use your time also wisely. And there's also one important point before we go to the questions and answers. We intended to assign mentors, you know, individually. Like for someone who is in engineering, he will want to talk directly with someone who is in engineering, someone who is maybe in physics, chemistry, you know, as the case may be. Because maybe of the kind of schedules that we have, but we are trying our best with time. Inshallah, we hope to do so. So before going to the questions and answer, with us, we have Professor Rabia Salim Said, you know, who is our mentor. I don't know, she would like maybe to add a word or two of appreciation to our keynote speakers and her motherly advice. So Prof, are you with us? If Prof is with us, please let her unmute. And I hope I saw her.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes. Hello. Yes, I've been listening. I know that I got up 1 or 2 times to take a phone but I got the message, and I'm very proud and happy to have listened to this brilliant young men there. For please fish them out so that they can come and make the brilliant presentations like this.
I will.
Yeah, you are allowing them to.
Yes, we'll have another panel for women. No worry. Yeah.
Actually, the ladies refuse to.
Huh?
We hope next time we will have more ladies. I mean, those experts. There are many ladies out there.
Yes, I can understand, but I am really, really so proud. I was listening, and then I'm so proud that we have these young men that made this presentation. Brilliant presentation. Dr. Aliyu Dala, University of Edinburgh. Thank you. And Dr. Hassan Suleiman from Estonian University. I thank you very much. Yeah, it's brilliant, really. And I think the fact that it was also Facebook presented on Facebook Live, I'm sure a lot of people. And I want to tell you, please feel proud, because I think we've never had this much. I don't know. Yakubu can
Yes.
correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've had this many in one session. At one point I saw about 140 participants.
Yes.
So thank you very much. This is as much as I can say. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Prof. Thank you. So maybe we will allow some questions and answers, maybe, because of the time factor, but we'll allow some participants to chip in. Fauzia, please, can you handle that?
Yes. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. I have one person. We have Hassan Sani.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, we can hear you.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, which is highly educative and really appreciate. One thing that I will want to put in is that we should try as much as we can. We should also make this thing like more of an online event, like going to universities, organizing seminars like this to encourage our undergraduate students to make use of the opportunity that they can graduate. So I think we'll also capture more young minds in the undergraduate universities here in Nigeria, not just being it online, but also physically. Thank you.
Jacob, did you hear what he said?
No, I think he has some sound issues, maybe.
So he's suggesting that if we can be doing this thing, not just online, maybe like doing a seminar in some school, like you understand, like in Nigeria.
Totally right. You're totally right. We have this in our plans, though most of us now are out of the country. We have a few of us also in the country, at home. What we plan is we will have that as time goes on, and that's why even we are asking for more hands. So those of you who are at home and are willing to offer their contributions, we can still join hands together. We work in concert with you to prepare or to arrange those seminars in our universities and tertiary institutions. If I remember, one of the students here also mentioned that please we should organize something related to undergraduate scholarships. She, I think it's a lady, so she was totally right also. Though this is for mainly postgraduates, focus, but that's for today's presentation. But also we have that also in mind. So please just keep following us, and with time, it's not actually that easy to even gather the presenters. I remember that, is it Hassan? Today he has something there, but he had to cancel his schedule. We arranged the time and all these things. So it's not that straightforward actually to, set up the program. So I strongly encourage you to take the opportunity and use it wisely, you know. Yeah, so please, we can go to the next. We can go to the next. Who is next?
It's one Techno.
Techno Spark, are you there?
You can unmute yourself.
Hi, Techno. Okay, so I think maybe Techno is no more working. Let's go to Abubakar, please.
Good evening to you all.
All right. Okay.
All right. My name is, has been written here, my name is Abubakar. Mine is not a question, actually. It's kind of a recommendation or kind of observation to what I think the first presenter or second presenter have said is regarding the topic of GRE. So, though I think it's not even the first presenter, it is you, Doctor. So you made mention about how to set up examination centers in northern Nigeria, especially if you include Abuja, there is no any state that has a center. Yeah. So previously, I think was it last month or 2 months, I checked the website of the ETS, that means Education and Trust Something System, testing system. So I checked the site, I see that they are offering an online examination for both the GRE and the TOEFL that you can do it at home. In your comfort zone, you just have to have a laptop, and they have some sort of regulations that guides the examination conduct. So you can conduct the exam at home, sitting at home, not going to any center. And I think that that kind of system has come to stay, actually. I don't think they will take it up, because as the COVID has bring a lot of changes in educational system on how to do things. So this is my
fantastic.
kind of
that's fantastic, really, and thank you for bringing this up, really. So our people now, I mean, can use this at least opportunity. If it persists, you know, even after the COVID, the post-COVID era, then that's what we hope. And even if it doesn't, at least for the moment, we should use this opportunity. So this is really great. Thank you. Thank you. But meanwhile, still, if someone has any way that he can help us in establishing those centers, still it's a welcome development, because it's just a small upgrade that we will need to do to our JAM centers. I know we already have a few. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Albaka. Mala Adam Ahmed.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, my name is Dr. Adam Muhammad. I'm a PhD candidate from Thailand.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, I like to appreciate the organizers. And I want to say that the audience, please, the essence of this presentation is for the audience. So let's try to make a lot of inquiries, because this is an avenue that we can interact with maybe those that have the experiences of studying abroad. So in future presentations, we should give much time to the audience, and I suggest it should be like a form of interactive session. Yes. So this is a very wonderful program. Thank you so much for organizing the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think this is also a nice comment, really. And Ozia, please take note of these comments, you know, so we will put them in effect. One thing is maybe if we want to have interactive sessions, then we have to have the data of those that will be attending. We'll organize that, but that will not be like an open invitation like this one. Maybe if you will do that interactive session, one-on-one discussion, perhaps you have to maybe invite not more than 30 or 40 students, I mean, so that you can hear from each one. But meanwhile, this is a good suggestion, and we'll look at how we can be able to implement it, really. Thank you very much, Dr. Adam. Thank you. Next is Usman Bunkure.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, I'm here really to appreciate you, the organizers. then I will be praying for you. Please allow me to speak Hausa a little.
It's okay if you are more comfortable with that.
Okay. Alhamdulillah gaskiya mun ji daɗi yadda kuka tsara wannan abu kuma muna muku addu'a Allah ya ƙara muku ƙarfin gwiwa na yin wannan program. Sannan kuma tambaya na anan shine wanda suke da diploma ko kuma wanda suke so su enroll zuwa degree su ma za su yi apply ko sai yaushe ne za su yi?
Okay. I see.
Sannan kuma
all right, go on.
Okay. Sannan kuma idan ba yanzu ne za su yi ba duk lokacin da za a yi da Allah muna so a sanar da mu yadda za a yi abin.
Okay. So basically you are asking of undergraduate scholarships.
Yes.
Okay. So like, undergraduate scholarships actually, are more challenging to get, to be frank with you. From my experience, of course, even those in the abroad, you see how people are taking loans, to fund their undergraduate studies. But of course, there are many undergraduate scholarship opportunities, So I will advise you, I think even at time to time, our mentors used to share it on the Telegram platform. So if you are not there, join. And even if you are there still, I will advise you, if you have a diploma for now, try to do JAMB. Do your best, do JAMB, get into any Nigerian university and graduate with a good class of degree, at least to 1. So that will be your gateway to getting the scholarship, Though there are many people, like I said, who got it, but I mean, to be frank with you, this is the easiest way for you to go. But you can still, be following, and I encourage you to do so, really. So let's go to the next.
Let me say something. For those that have tutu and also you have third class, it doesn't mean that you can still not get admission abroad.
Yeah.
But if you have like tutu or third class, I'll advise you to kind of get a master's, try to do a PGD or something back in Nigeria, which is just like 1 or 2 years. Yes. And then that will also like rule out the fact that you have a third class or tutu. So just try your best and do the PG, is it PGD they call it? And then, or a master's, then you can use that to also apply abroad.
Yes. There are many hands raised. Really, I don't know if the time will be enough for us to handle.
I'm looking to see if I can get any lady there that wants to ask question, but I can't find.
So you are looking for gender equity?
Yes.
There is one, I think, I see. Jamila Adam, right?
Ooh.
There is Jamila Adam. I unmuted her. Can you speak so that they say they don't say we are discriminating?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
She just mentioned having two or a third class and trying to upgrade with PGD, something like that. So will the PGD have to be in line with what you studied in undergraduate or any form of PGD?
No, it doesn't have to be. Like, it doesn't have to be. Just make sure the result for the PGD is good. That's all, and then you can apply. You can even apply directly for PhD, like in US. Some people don't have to do masters; they get directly for the PhD. But all the thing is, maybe if somebody that has masters will spend 4 years, you may end up spending 5 years doing it. That's just.
Okay, understand. Is there any mentor for geology or related courses in your circle?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I think I also have even if there is no in the there's no one in the group, like I have a friend that is doing geology here, so
yeah, we even have
we can be from the yes, we connect you to the person so that
we have geologists. So if you are in the Telegram group, we are all there. You can talk to us directly on maybe what you need, so we can assign you to the person that will help you.
Do you want to take more questions?
Yeah, I think we can add maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to at least balance. There is, okay. Yeah, like someone is asking, so the recording of the program will be on our Facebook page, like I said, go there. We have Lily also. Lily, can you speak? She's a lady.
Yes, hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to speak about you all for the beautiful presentation, and it's a good thing that we are doing. We should get to it and open northern women in particular. And I have lived here in diaspora too, and I think we have more opportunities being from northern Nigeria. Our opportunities are greater. I came here and I walked. I still, what would I say? I benefited from the maternity allowance. I benefited from the allowance and from the break, 10 months, which I could have gone back to work and still worked and they would have paid me. And also I want us to please northerners, southerners do this, do that, but there are a lot of northerners actually that have done good things here. So I think that we should invite more people that have prospered here, that are from the north. And I think I know a few doctors, a few nurses that have lived here a long time and they have done good things. And even in the group, I've had Professor Rabia say, Dr. Kaza, Dr. Kaza, Dr. Kaza, Dr. this, Dr. that. We have a lot of PhD students and a lot of doctors. And I think I know a few professors too from the north. So I think we should broaden our, bring in those people so that at least we can make the people that we are trying to communicate this to proud of who they are. I think that should be a point. Yes. Like we should be proud of where we come from. If we keep saying the Southerners are doing this, I think it was not very proud of our people. But if we keep telling them we are doing this, we are doing that, people will be proud and they will stand up and they will do what they are supposed to do.
That's right.
What I think.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you very much for your remarks. I mean, so we will also, since you have the diaspora experience, also you will have some things to offer to the platform. So I hope we will see also your contribution. First, you join the group and then we can discuss afterwards. At least you will find some contributions, particularly the women will have something to offer. Thank you. So can we take a few more questions?
Yes, Engineer Mustafa is.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. Mustafa Ibrahim, PhD candidate of Nottingham in Malaysia campus. I've listened to all the presenters and they've done to have more confidence because of that confidence. For the younger generation that are coming, I think we also at them from the secondary school level, because that is where that's where we have the large chunk of population. Those that are scaled through have gotten their masters and are vying for their PhD or have gotten their first degree are very few compared to the ones coming up. from the secondary school level. And I believe when they get their O level right, it will boost their confidence and we'll be able to have more of them easily securing admission outside of the country. I think that's what I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Podil, please, can I respond to Engineer
Okay.
MD Ibrahim?
Okay, please.
Thank you very much, Engineer. So MD Ibrahim is in Malaysia right now, and I think it's midnight there. He was just awake to attend this program. We really thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I was looking through the contacts. I wanted to see if we have participants from either China or Malaysia to say one or two things. But thank you, MD Ibrahim, for really chipping in something. And then if we have anybody from China, because we have a lot of Nigerian students currently going.
Sure. Do we have anyone from China? But the thing is,
I tried to reach someone. Yeah, someone just mentioned that they are from China. Can you let him speak, please?
Okay, I think we can, because we allow him. Please, can you unmute? Yeah, he did. So you can go ahead, you have the floor. What's the name, please? Just introduce yourself quickly. And is it Atilawi or? Hello? You're unmuted, but we cannot hear you. Please, can you unmute yourself, Atilawi? Still, we cannot hear him. I think we have another person from China also. Is it Jamilu? Jamilu, yeah. So please, Jamilu, can you unmute? Is it Jamilu?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's Jamilu, right? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Yeah, we can hear
you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you for this wonderful. Let me play first. Firstly, I'm Jimo Jamiu. I was actually a graduate of Ahmad Bello University Zaria, and I came to China with a scholarship, like a 3+2 program within the university in my ABU Zaria and university here, that is Central University. So, and I also use this opportunity to encourage our brothers at home that scholarship in China is relatively easy compared to other countries. Like the rate at which people are admitted in China is very high. Like the scholarship is very easy to get. You don't need any English requirement. You just need to see your result and research proposal. So you can always contact, and there are so many brothers who are willing to help free of charge. So if you want to apply, please always contact us and we are ready to guide you through. We also have different arrangement and program which we organize. Like we had one last year during the in which we light about the scholarship application. I have so many scholarship. We have different types of scholarship here also. Like almost we have their federal government scholarship here. We have their university scholarship here and some provincial which are free. And the application processes are very easy. You don't need any agent. So all you just need to do is to apply and submit a well-documented CV. So that is what you need. So that is that for the application with regards to China. I also have a personal question which I would like to ask from the presenter. So actually, I started my MSc now. I'll be finishing my MSc by 2023, inshallah. So, and I intended to explore that option, like the UK and Malaysia option. So I don't know, but I haven't done my NYC. So I want to know what is NYC requirement in getting all those scholarship at Square UK there or something like that, because I'm thinking of maybe skipping it and going back to do my NYC after I'm done with my maybe PhD, something like that. So that's my question. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I think actually I can answer this question. First of all, NYC is never required for any scholarship outside Nigeria. That's it. NYC is only required for Nigerian the Nigerian universities. They do require, of course, and for your employment purposes. So it's totally fine if you will be able to go back home and do it just for Nigerian sake. But for as far as scholarship is concerned, you don't need NYC, of course, to apply for any scholarship. So, and secondly, do your best to complete the master's first, then use it to apply for any scholarship in either the UK or elsewhere. So please, next presenter. Next attendee. Any question again? We have Bashir Marafa. Hello, you can speak now. Bashir Marafa, please unmute yourself. I have asked you to unmute. All right, I think he's maybe not. We have Hassan Shehu. Can you unmute yourself? Hassan Shehu.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah,
wanted to say a good thank you for the organizers.
All right.
For this you are doing.
Thank you.
Really good. No, currently I'm what do I say? I'm a MSc holder trying to pursue my PhD abroad in life sciences, but I don't have any mentor. No, I really need to someone to hook me up with a mentor so that I can pursue my program.
All right. So please join the Telegram group, and then you can talk to us also.
Yeah, I am already in the Telegram.
Okay, so please can talk to us privately. Maybe we can assign you. Okay. If it's an emergency issue, then we can assign you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Yakub.
You're welcome. So next is Abdul Hamid Umar Majin. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Actually, this presentation is just excellent. And the organizers and the speakers have done justice to the part they were assigned to. Okay, contributions are actually two. Number one, will it be possible to be airing this kind of orientation to the radio stations? Maybe after the recording of the webinar Zoom, someone can sponsor or through the Arewa Youth to take it to radio stations so that wider communities will be reached. That's number one. Number two, not only scholarship opportunities, let's say job, like the third or fourth presenter talked about. Can we widen that to reach, let's say, like less privileged people, especially those from the north, so that we'll tell them about opportunities that maybe are not available here in Nigeria, but they can get it somewhere else, so that can be translated into Hausa language and shared to them, so that the benefit will be achieved. Yes. At the end, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Jazakumullahu khairan.
Thank you very much. Really, this is a good point you raised. Yeah, so our programs usually they are open, so if you have any link, or any connection to anybody in any media house, either radio or television or any, you can of course just contact us and share this program. Of course, we are doing it for the benefit of all. So if you can do it, contribute to your own quota by any, connection or link to send the program, that will be totally fine with us. And great. So if you have any connection, please feel free and contact us. We are in the Telegram page. If you are there, talk to us directly. We can assist you if you don't have the raw file. We can give you the file and you can air it through whichever medium you think you have access to. That would be remarkable, really. Thank you.
Yes, and if you check our YouTube channel, you see that we have done a lot of mentorship session. It's not just scholarship. Like we invited some entrepreneurs and so on. So it's not anything you think, any topic you think that would help our youth. You are welcome to make the presentation or bring your suggestion.
Yes, I will advise you to look at the YouTube.
Really. This is great, and I will inquire more, inshallah.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. So next is Abubakar Sadiq Abdullahi.
Thank you.
Abubakar Sadiq Abdullahi. Okay. So Abubakar Sadiq, okay. Are you with us? Okay, so maybe he's not ready. I think Jamil also has spoken. All right, then we have Yusuf M11. Yusuf M11.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you for this wonderful presentation.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing this wonderful information with us. I have a question. I study medical geography. I don't know if you have any mentor to assign to me.
Yeah, okay.
I want to study my
Okay. I think the sound is poor, but it's okay. I think I got the point. I got what you are saying. So you have studied, you said, is it geography? And you need someone you want to talk to. So if you are in the Telegram group, just let me know. Then I'll assign you with someone who is in your field, inshallah. Then we have Hawaii, is it Hawaii Y7 Prime 2019? Okay, yeah, you can speak.
Good day, sir.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate your contribution and with your work that you have done in organizing this meeting. I actually gained from this meeting, and I'm 200 level medical student at Smart Norfolk University. So I'm willing to fill many scholarship, but I found it very difficult because the way the portal or the website of the scholarship is very bulky. So I found it very difficult to fill it. So please, if possible, I need a mentor that can guide me to do so, and I choose so. I'm very willing to study abroad, and that's my ambition. So please, I'm pleading. Please, I need a mentor. I need someone that can guide me to make this my dream possible.
So it's okay.
Thank you so much.
Are you in the group? You are in the group, the
Yes.
Telegram?
No. I'll try to be in the group, inshallah.
So try to be in the group as soon as possible, and please, keep in touch. You should come up to speed with what we are doing. So inshallah, you will achieve your dream, inshallah.
Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful.
We have Saeed Sheikh Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation. My name is Saeed Sheikh Ibrahim. I just concluded my undergraduate or first degree in urban and regional planning in Arewa University, Kano. And I have a question that I would like to ask here. Let me say this, almost majority speakers, or let me see, most, but we that we just concluded our first degree, what we are looking for is MSc. So one of the speakers mentioned something like study plan, that is for masters, and statement of purpose. And I did not understand this study plan and how to prepare it, and this statement of purpose. And as I heard from some of the people that asked question here, they are asking for mentors. And I study urban and regional planning, and it is very difficult for you to find people that are studying it most officially in the northern part of Nigeria, because it is new to us. So I know, or let me see, we have opportunity with that study, because I think we are the second set in Arewa University, Kano. So I know we have this kind of opportunity. So if there is anyone that can also mentor us, we will also appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. This applies to you and your likes also. We have, I think, we had a session about this, SOP, statement of purpose, and all this stuff. Please refer back to our previous sessions. You know, they are all available there on the YouTube channel. You know, even this one will be documented. So if you check, you will find them. We have some of our experts have explained the process thoroughly. So please take that advantage. And with regards to your urban and regional plan, I think we have people also who have done that. So they will be there to help you. So just join the Telegram group, you know, like I said, that's where we interact with you directly. And if there is something that you need at a personal level, then we take it further. Yeah, all right. So is that all? I want to, Fauzia?
Yes.
Okay, you can please answer. I think we have a few, maybe like 6 or so. Can you answer their questions?
Okay.
Yeah, from Said. Yeah, from Said. Said. Bashir have spoken.
Said. Okay. I can't see any Said.
Said Shehu Ibrahim.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so you can attend to their questions.
Yeah, Said, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, should I like repeat the question that I've asked before?
Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, you have already answered.
I've already asked question.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You have Mustafa Lawal, right?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay. Afternoon, everyone. I think mine is going to be more of an appreciation than a question. Why I'm saying this is I'm the kind of person that lived his life typically in the northern Nigeria. Born and brought up, studied from primary down to university. I'm currently a master's holder. I have my MSc, but all done in the idea we mostly have of people who live in diaspora are mostly what mostly comes to mind when we speak of diaspora are the issue of marginalization, racial discrimination, you understand, and how expensive it is to live there. As a common man who finds it difficult to get scholarship, like you all know, it's very difficult to get PDF scholarship. So such also is quite difficult. But from the presentation so far, it's been more elaborate, and I'm beginning to have a think the possibility of me proceeding for MD sooner than anticipated. So I really appreciate the presentation. I really appreciate the host and everyone. Thank you very much. I'd like to hear for that again.
Can you hear me? Thank you, Mustafa. You said you asked question, right? I didn't hear the question. Did you?
I said, are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I said mine is more of an appreciation rather than a question.
Oh, okay, okay. I got you.
Thank you for all the services. Thank you.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum. I think Malam Usman Salemiri has been raising his hands physically.
What's his name?
Usman Salemiri.
Okay, Usman Salemiri.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get that. Mala Usman, you can unmute yourself.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
It's my pleasure to be among the audience that listen to those presenters. In fact, I'm happy for their presentation. Mine is more of a questions concerning those that are physically challenged. Will they also have this opportunity to go for their postgraduate through scholarship?
Yes, especially in the US. I know of, because I'm here in the US, I know of that. I don't know about, I think also it should be the same with UK. The US, they are more than welcome. Like here, if you see how they treat disabled people, you get so surprised. Like, I'm sure if somebody that is able and somebody that is disabled apply, they will surely give the person that is disabled admission first. So I know there are a lot of opportunities. Maybe we'll try to, maybe in some of our mentorship program, we'll try to get someone to present on that. Thank you for reminding us. I think we'll try to do presentation on that too. So I don't know, one of the presenters, if you can speak about the about that from those from the UK. I don't know much about that, but I know here they have a lot of opportunities here.
Especially,
yes, Ali, if you can say something about that.
Yes, I think it's what you said. It's obtainable in the UK as well. I think the last speaker, Abdullahi Magaji, was able to buttress that point that there's a scholarship scheme for disabled students as well. As you said, I mean, the strength of any advanced society is how it treats its weak citizens or disabled citizens, and that's why it's a priority here that emphasis is placed on disabled students more than even, I mean, the other students. So I think the opportunities are here as well. And it would be good to have a particular webinar on that aspect so that we can be able to access it. And I think even people with Zabia, you know, is it albino?
Yes.
And, you know, disability is there's even Down syndrome, there's even, you know, some of the things that we think Al-Januni or there's evil spirit or whatever, those ones are all termed disability. So it's a large spectrum.
Yes.
The Zaka applying. So I think you can be able to do that.
Yeah, like even for job opportunities, like you see there's a page where they will ask you if you are disabled. It doesn't mean they are trying to discriminate you or something. I think they are just trying to give you a special attention or something. And like even if you want to do application, if you are blind or something, they all have a way for you to apply and all those things.
Another thing is that I'm very glad with the explanation I received from you people. But another thing is that we need to know the process so that there are many disabled or physically challenged that are yearning to study abroad via scholarship, but they don't have that opportunity.
Yeah,
so
I take that upon me. I promise you we're going to have
explain to us the process.
Yes, we'll have a session for that. We'll definitely have soon. Like if you are on the Telegram page, you'll see the advert. Soon we'll have it, inshallah.
Thank you.
All right.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Who else? I think we can call it a day. It's already time to
What are you buying?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Musa Umar, I think you have asked, right? Okay,
Yeah,
thank you all for joining us.
Good. I'm online. Let me ask, please.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for organizing this wonderful program. I really commend you for organizing this program. Please, I would like to request from you to attach some mentor to me, because I lack someone who will guide me in the process of my scholarship application. So I don't know whether you will assist me to attach me with some mentor that will guide me through. Thank you.
All right. Yes, like Dr. Yakub said, if you are on the Telegram page, just try to contact him privately, or any of the mentors. Just go to the Telegram page, you see those that are, is it admin or something? They are basically the mentors. So you can send them a private message and they will take care of that.
Okay,
so just
thank
go
you.
to the Telegram, yes, and look for the admins and send them a private message. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you all for joining us. And please follow our pages for more adverts. And then and of course, I'll repeat, for those of you needing mentors, just follow the Telegram page and then
Please allow me to say
send
something.
your question or something.
Allow me to say something a little. I'm sorry.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much for all what you have done so far. And my question is actually epidemiology here in Nigeria, University of Lagos. So please, I don't know whether is there anybody that among you people, that maybe he's a specialist in epidemiology, so that you can link me with that person, because I have so many questions to ask in that UK particularly, because that is why I want to go for my PhD.
Yeah, that's the same, basically the same thing I'm saying. If you can just follow the Telegram and message one of the mentors there. Even if he's not in your area, he will try to find someone for you. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in our next section. Dr. Yakub, za ka ce wani abu ne?
Well, I think it's okay. Duk kusan abin da za a faɗa, an faɗa. So, like she said, we'd like also to thank you once again for coming, and we hope to see you in our upcoming sessions.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.